Live, local, late breaking. This is Newswatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:30 on September 24th. Welcome to Newswatch 12 this morning. I'm Carlos Murrieta. We first want to turn over to Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress for a look at your Wednesday. And Sarah, how similar are we seeing today's conditions from yesterday's?
I'd say they look pretty similar. We might see those high temperatures a few degrees warmer than yesterday, but this morning not starting off too different from the days before. Right now we're sitting at 51 from Medford, 62 over to Wairika, 52 in Grants Pass. Klamath Falls at 41. Calm winds this morning, starting to get a little bit of brightness into those skies, but we won't see the sunrise until 7:01 this morning. Now, cooler temperatures are definitely being felt. Areas over east side, we're at 33 for Lakeview and 30 to Christmas Valley and Shamal. And into Northern California, temperatures into the 40s this morning, so feeling rather chill. But out to the bus stop in the Rogue Valley, temperatures generally into the lower 50s. You'll see lots of sunshine throughout all of your day today. But by the time you're heading home from work, expect those temperatures into the 90s in our west side valleys, and not just the 90s, the upper 90s. It's going to feel scorching hot outside today. Over into Northern California, expect your temperatures into the lower 90s. We'll see mid 80s into areas over east side. Along the coast, temperatures into the 70s today, and we could see some coastal clouds work their way in, but in general, I'd expect skies to remain on the brighter side. Now, tomorrow we're expecting a dry cold front to move through, and that's exactly what it is, bringing cooler air, staying on the drier side. But what we have our eyes on is definitely going to be into next week, where temperatures do drop down a bit cooler, and we have the possibility for some showers. So coming up in your next forecast, I'll take a closer look at what you can expect around the region with your high temperatures today, and also an extended look at your forecast.
New this morning, the Wolf Creek Rural Fire Protection District is announcing that a dead person was found in the aftermath of a grass fire. Firefighters responded to 2 fires yesterday. The first fire crews responded to was a report of a structure fire just after 5:20 p.m. Rural Metro Fire, ODF, and Glendale Rural Fire assisted in fire suppression efforts as one victim was pulled from the structure and taken to Three Rivers Hospital. But later that night, the same fire stations responded to a grass fire where they found a vehicle on its side and on fire. After the fire was put out, a dead person was found in the car. The Josephine County Sheriff's Office is investigating both fires this morning. Congressman Cliff Benz was in Medford and sat down with Newswatch 12 to talk about a wide range of issues. One topic that stood out was the importance of Medicaid and how recent changes could impact families across Southern Oregon. Benz represents Oregon's 2nd Congressional District and says he's focused on protecting essential programs while making sure they're managed properly. He explained that some Oregonians are being removed from Medicaid because they no longer meet income or eligibility requirements. But he emphasized the program is not being gutted or defunded. Instead, Ben says the goal is to keep Medicaid sustainable and ensure the money goes to those who truly need it.
Assertion that somehow we've gutted the program when next year we will spend more money on Medicaid than we did this year, and every year after we'll spend even more. What we're really doing is trying to slow down the growth of the program by making sure it's appropriately managed. And it hasn't been. And the same food stamps or SNAP, what Oregon has done is failed miserably to make sure the program is operated appropriately.
Ben says stronger oversight will help Oregon continue supporting vulnerable residents while maintaining a program that remains both effective and financially stable. He added that Congress will keep a close eye on how the state implements those eligibility checks in the months ahead. And Congresswoman Val Hoyle is back in Oregon visiting different parts of her district, speaking with elected officials wherever she goes. The Congresswoman spoke with the media in Eugene, and she discussed what she's currently working on in Washington, D.C. for her district.
Working on the surface transportation package. The Transportation Infrastructure Committee is a bipartisan committee, and so we're working to get priorities for the district to bring back to invest in bridges and roads, the Port of Coos Bay, which again, we've managed to keep that a priority in both Democratic and Republican administrations.
Representative Hoyle also said she's working on getting more resources for fire season and making sure that public lands are not being sold. And moving into developing news, FEMA is seeking public input on proposed requirements to the National Flood Insurance Program. Now with these changes, the NFIP will focus on protecting fish habitats over insuring properties. Now new requirements could increase new construction costs and even minor home or business modifications that will require more expensive designs. If communities do not adopt to these standards, they will be ineligible for flood insurance and disaster relief. Communities who participate would face an initial adoption cost beginning at $100,000. A closer look at these proposed changes can be found on our website at kdrv.com, and the final public meeting is scheduled for September 30th. And U.S. Senators Ron Wyden and Jeff Merkley are working with other senators to introduce a bill that would restore NOAA's extreme weather database, which was terminated earlier this year. The bill mandates both the restoration and maintenance of the database. Merkley says the database is essential in understanding the financial impact of disasters and the recovery that follows. And hotter summers are bringing new challenges for farmers across Southern Oregon, and the effects could show up in grocery stores from smaller fruit to higher prices. Newswatch 12's Danny Stepanovich visited the Vaughn Farm and Pear Orchard in Central Point. And Danny, what did you learn?
Thank you, Carlos. Well, I learned the worry is about years ahead. Pears keep shrinking in sizes as crops struggle to recover from summer heat, meaning customers may see smaller fruit, tighter supplies, and the potential for costs to climb season after season. Summer heat is taking a toll on pear orchards across Southern Oregon. For Jose Serna, a 15-year local farm manager, the changes are impossible to ignore.
We have to learn it every year. Every year is different. You don't know how the weather is going to be. It's going to be the next year. You have to be prepared for anything.
Over the past decade, weather has posed an annual challenge for Serna. Sunburnt fruit was once a small portion of his crop, but now has reached 10% of his supply.
I feel sad because you want to get perfect every season, every time that you start picking, you like to see the fruit perfectly. When you notice a lot of sunburn in the fruit, doesn't feel good.
He's even noticed the sizes of his fruit shrink year by year.
No matter what you do, you put enough fertilizer, water and everything, even you don't get the result you want.
Water management is critical, especially as extreme heat and drought stress the trees, making them more vulnerable to disease.
If one of the years have like a severe drought and they don't get water as much they needed, then it might have, like long-term effects on the health of those trees.
A wet winter is critical to meeting irrigation demand and keeping crops healthy during the summer months.
We had a really wet winter coming into the 2025 irrigation season, which set the project up for being able to be fully irrigated.
But the combination of hot, long, and dry summers are still reshaping the way Oregon orchards grow fruit, no matter how much snow and rain there is in the winter. 3 years ago, this orchard almost didn't make it through a severe drought. Jose made one thing clear: a wet winter is essential for keeping trees and fruit coming year after year. In studio, Danny Stepanovich.
Thank you, Danny. A vehicle fire broke out along Interstate 5 near mile marker 12, causing congestion along freeway and shutting down the north lanes. The fire started in the car on the shoulder and quickly spread into nearby vegetation, burning roughly 1 acre before crews got it under control. Thick smoke was visible from a distance and slowed traffic for miles as firefighters worked along the freeway.
We're able to get a line around it and get it stopped at about 1 acre in size. The fire did actually cause a shutdown of both northbound lanes of I-5 just while firefighters worked in the area, and due to how quickly the fire was spreading given the conditions that we're seeing.
Have since reopened and traffic is moving normally, but drivers are urged to stay alert in that area. And moving into a health watch, Klamath Falls Sky Lakes Medical Center is taking yet another innovative approach to healthcare, and this time they're delivering that healthcare to nearby communities and neighbors. Sky Lake says the goal for the mobile clinic is to bring care to the community and to their neighbors. Although the mobile clinic is designed to assist those facing barriers to traditional health care, there are still benefits for people with primary care providers.
We're not sure how many people were going to show up. but we've had a good turnout and people seemed really receptive to having this here and having it in the community.
They were hoping that we were going to do more today, so yeah. I think it'll be great in the future that they can actually get taken care of.
Project will also expand its location starting on October 15th at the Beatty Community Center, and in November, locations will also expand to Chiloquin and Merrill. And moving on to a school watch for parents in the Phoenix Talent School District having trouble affording those back-to-school essentials. The district will be having a resource day this Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. They help provide families with basic essentials like soap, clothes, and diapers. The Community Care Corner is located at the Family Resource Center at 873 North Rose Street in Phoenix. And the City of Medford is inviting residents to get a first-hand look at the future of their parks. Parks and Recreation Director Rich Rosenthal will be giving free guided walks to show the upcoming developments that are taking place, including plans for a major recreational hub around Rogue X, more trails at Prescott Park, and a new splash pad in Jackson Park. All tours will go from 3 to 4 p.m.